Hey everyone, my name is Karthik, and I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit about my life outside of research. So, a little bit about me. I'm from the Bay Area. I did my undergrad out there in Berkeley, graduated in 2018, and came out here. I'm a second year in Dr. Alan West group, and my research involves mathematical modeling of battery materials. So, we work with experimentalists to better understand new materials, help design them to maximize the performance. And we also do some work with developing algorithms to identify failure mechanisms in uh, batteries when you cycle them and why they lose capacity. So some of the things I do for fun. I love sports, so I do love going to live sports. And so Columbia is actually really great about trying to facilitate that. And so they do this for live sports. They do this for Broadway, and they do this for a bunch of other things. But I was actually able to go to a Brooklyn Nets game and like sit up pretty close for like $40 last year, and that was a lot of fun. Been to Yankees games a couple times, or like took a 20-minute train away from Columbia, and been to some Major League Soccer games. I love the parks. Parks, especially in the summer, is fantastic. Right here, you see Central Park. There's a ton of people out. It's super relaxing. Great place to go during the weekends when the weather's good. We also have Riverside Park, which is right near Columbia. It's like right near my apartment. Um, and so that one looks out onto the Hudson, and that's beautiful as well. And it stretches out for a couple miles, I think, down the west side of Manhattan. And so it's a good place to go, like running and things like that. Um, I like to try to cook, not that good, but I like to try every once in a while. And I am into fantasy football, and so this trophy here sits on my desk in the office on the 10th floor of the Mud and Tools building. Um, and so if you swing by, you see 2018's got my name on it. I also won 2019. Um, and we do like March Madness bracket and so stuff like that. Office like games like that in the office are always a lot of fun. I love to play soccer, so I do outdoor soccer in the fall intramurals. And so the Columbia has a field up on 218th Street, and so we have a team which is me and a couple people from our department, and then a couple of my roommates and people from their departments. And so we do outdoor in the fall, and we do indoor in the spring, and that's like on Columbia's main campus. And I like to go play pickup in Riverside sometimes on the weekends. Another great thing in New York City is you can go see comedy and improv, and like there's a lot of it. So one show that I've been to a good number of times is this improv theater called Upright Citizens Brigade. So some famous people have come out of it. I think like Amy Poehler from Parks and Rec came out of this. But they have one in Hell's Kitchen. They have one on Lower East Side, and they have some shows that are like free Sunday night shows. I went to a Sunday night show that was free a couple of weeks ago, but they also have like kind of the premiere shows are like $15, so that's always a lot of fun. I've also seen some comedy shows down at the Lower East Side. Those are cool because it's a lot of times it's people trying out like their content, and so you have like kind of the big shows like Comedy Cellar and stuff that I think Steven's been to. I've also been to a couple of these smaller shows where it's people like trying out new content, and so you get kind of a range of like people that are new to the scene, and you have people that are like kind of big. And so I saw someone from SNL, another guy with Netflix special, so that's always pretty cool. But other than that, it's just great to be in Manhattan to explore the city. So I put my little screenshot of the places I've been. I've tried to keep track of places that I've been, restaurants and bars and whatnot. And so you see the area up near Columbia, and there's Upper West Side. There's a lot of good brunch spots down there. I have a couple friends that live in Hell's Kitchen, so I go near there in Midtown, and then there's good places to go out in um, West Village, East Village, and so on. But this map is like, if you actually talk to like people like Steven and Marissa, I know for a fact that their maps are fantastic. They've been to Queens, Brooklyn, they've filled it all out. So this is a pretty meager display, but I wanted to just give you a sense for you could there's a lot of places to go and explore. Manhattan is huge. New York City is huge, so there's a lot of cool stuff to do. Outside of exploring and whatnot and research, I do outreach, and that's a pretty big part of my week and my activity. So I work with this high school called Ellis Preparatory Academy in the Bronx, and it's for students who are English language learners who recently have come to the United States. And so they have a science club, which basically has the goal of encouraging them to pursue degrees and careers in STEM-related fields. So the idea is basically we help these students kind of organize in small groups or individuals, and they come up with ideas that are of interest to them. We help them execute some sort of science project, and then which kind of culminates in a poster session at the end of the year. So that's actually what you're seeing on the right. I was involved in the chemical engineering graduate organization last semester as an outreach chair, and so I helped organize this science club expo where we basically had 20 students from the high school come out and present their year-long projects, and we invited a bunch of students from our department to come and engage with them, and it was a lot of fun. So this specific outreach for like Alice is like there's students from throughout the engineering school and chemistry and whatnot, but there's, you know, it's kind of as a house in chemical engineering. We have a lot of people from chemical engineering that are very involved. My apartment is great. It is super close to campus, 5-minute walk. And we look out into Sakura Park, which is beautiful. I live with 2 other Columbia students. And yeah, we have this like great view of Riverside Church just down the street. We also get to look at this Grant Memorial. So President Grant, I think he's the 18th president of the United States, is buried there. But yeah, I love living here. And last bit of, you know, things I like about the department outside of research, why I chose to come here. And I think you'll hear this from a lot of people, is there's like a real sense of community. And so in the first semester that you're here, you get to, you do mostly classes. And so, you know, you might not get to completely like devote all your time to research, but it's great because you do get to know all the people in your cohort. And so these are pictures on the right are basically not our whole cohort, but like a part of our cohort that came out after to celebrate passing our qualifying exam last August. So that was a lot of fun. And we also do like department breakfasts and happy hours once a month, and there's a good number of people out at those. And so there's this kind of sense of people are friends and people hang out with each other. And my main social group is through our department. And so that part is fantastic. You could kind of see that when I visited as well, which is what we're trying to convey to you, I guess. Another thing that I really liked about the department is kind of the size of the department. So if a department's too small, you feel like you don't have access to all the resources. There's not like the expertise or like breadth of expertise maybe that you'd want. But if it's too big, you might feel like you're getting lost in the system. And so I think our department does a great job of balancing those two effects. You know, you get to know the faculty, the staff are fantastic. We have, I'm sure you guys all got emails from Kathy. Kathy is great. She can help you out with so many things. And just like the grad students have a good community there as well. And the last thing is work-life balance. I think this is kind of a byproduct of living in New York City. So I think, you know, you obviously have to spend once in a while, you have to spend those like late nights doing work, but I think the department has a very good sense of work-life balance in terms of like students just having like lives outside of research, outside of Columbia, but still being very productive and being productive in like a healthy way, which can be tough, you know, as a grad student. So yeah, hopefully this gives you a little bit of a perspective on what it's like to live life as a grad student at Columbia. My email's at the front of this presentation, so feel free to reach out if I can be of help in any way or if you have any questions. But yeah, hope you come.